one of the most frustrating assignments a new virtual student like Cameron can possibly be given is the vague chore of take some notes. Some students, like Cameron's friend Sarah, have their own system of taking notes, and they are reluctant to change that. That's okay. Digital Cornell Notes, or CNotes, are a way of wrapping useful study tools around what Sarah already does. And the right-hand column of CNotes, the Quick Notes column, is where Sarah can take the kind of notes she always has. But Cameron has never really learned how to take notes, and when a teacher tells him to take notes on something, he feels a bit lost about what that should look like. If you are like Cameron, let me show you a quick and easy system for taking quick notes from a textbook or digital lesson. It might help to get you started. Begin by considering this. Every textbook or digital lesson paragraph contains either a definition, a concept, or both. A definition, we can say, would include most proper nouns, people, places, things, etc., with a concept being an expansion on one of those proper nouns. Here's what Cameron would start with. He would read the first paragraph and write down any definitions and any concepts he finds in that paragraph. Keep this in mind. These notes don't have to be in complete sentences. They just need to make sense for you, the student. Consider this example paragraph. Cameron would add to his note that the women's temperance movement was formed in 1874 to destroy America's dependence on drink, a definition. He would note that Carrie Hatchett was a member of this group, again, a definition. He would note that suffrage was the right to vote, a third definition. Is there a concept, something that expands on one or all of these definitions? Cameron thinks so. He notes that suffrage for women was a cause that would strengthen the power of the temperance movement. Notice that a lot of times a digital lesson or textbook will make it easier on you by bold-facing both definitions and concepts. This might be as far as Cameron ever goes with his quick notes, but we can add another step to make his notes even more useful. You see, every concept leads you to a question based on that concept. If Cameron noted a concept about Sergeant Studies always wearing orange, the question that would come to mind would be, why does Sergeant Studies always wear orange? Looking at Cameron's concept of suffrage for women strengthening the power of the temperance movement, he can come up with a question, which he writes down. How did women's suffrage strengthen the temperance movement? If he can answer it right then, he should. If he can't, he has something he needs to find in his next stage of CNotes, which we'll look at in the next video of this series. So what can we tell Cameron about filling out the right-hand column of a CNote? First, if he has a system of taking notes, he can do it here. If he doesn't, he should record both definitions and concepts of each paragraph in these quick notes. Finally, he should formulate questions based off the concepts he discovered, and if he can answer them, he should jot that down as well. Now he is ready to move on to the next stage of taking a CNote.